post-crash update type thingy. I got absolutely clown wrecked yesterday. I was like absolutely riggedy wrecked. Very humiliating and embarrassing. So let's start with the basics. What happened? We tagged the highest price ever for Bitcoin. I actually told people to lighten up, to expect a bit of a flash crash. And the flash crash in Bitcoin was not too bad. Like, wiping out a week's worth of gains and then bouncing back halfway. Like, that's pretty, like, you zoom out, that's pretty reasonable. But in altcoins, let's look at total 3 minus USDT minus USDC, which is a proxy for altcoin market cap. And you can see that we had this giant big move from 574 million market cap down to 439. It's about a 25%, 22 to 25% move in alts. And let's look at how it happened. All of the big move, it really happened inside of like half an hour. And anytime you see a giant fuck off candle like this is prices being pushed far from fair value. If you ever see one of these, it's going to scare you stupid. But generally, if you're in the order book, what you want to do is buy. Now, I wasn't in the order book. This is probably the biggest trading mistake I've made since 2015. I was traveling back from Japan yesterday, and I warned everyone in the 100x Coin Club. It's so embarrassing. So embarrassing. Where are we? So I said here that the last few hours in Bitcoin price action is the kind of thing we see before another flash crash. There's no new positions for 48 hours. Lighten up on the leverage. Be cautious when everyone's greedy. Be cool. It's a buying up. The bull market's on. It might squeeze to 69K, but likely to be a wild ride. That was exactly what happened. But I'm traveling for the day, and I got home like late last night, and I was like, oh, I should lighten up those positions, but I'm so tired. I can barely concentrate. I can't keep my eyes open. I'll do it in the morning. And then this all happened while I was asleep. It's just very, very like embarrassing. Anyway, you can't save your ass and your face at the same time. So I fessed up. So anyway, let's have a look in detail. So I think the first thing we should look at is squiggle charts. So let's look at that. Let's look at a 5-minute chart. Okay, so you can see what's happened. Actually, let's look at a 1-minute chart. Let's look at a bit more granularity. You can see that the coins that were the hot coins, I know this is Sol, the coins that were really leading the race got wiped out the hardest. And like this one, Doge, which has been like winning the race the last couple of days, got completely wrecked. So this is the characteristic of a thing we call the momentum crash. And a momentum crash is when you see the very fastest appreciating assets get butt slammed the hardest. And that's exactly what happened here. So a couple of points. The first point is it's likely that everyone trading leveraged accounts either got liquidated or near liquidated. I got partially liquidated. What you're going to want to do in that situation, what you're going to feel like doing is getting super aggressive and make it all back. That is an absolute cardinal mistake. Do not make that mistake. When you get hurt, take your hands off the steering wheel, close everything down, like just take a few deep breaths. The market will still be there tomorrow. Just chill, dog. Just chill. And you don't want to be making any decisions at all while you're emotional. So what I did is I've taken my money out of leveraged, the remaining money. I wiped out like 2 months worth of profits. Like the vast majority of the, my spot accounts are up huge still, and it didn't really hurt them because you can see that, altcoins have bounced back pretty substantially. But my leveraged accounts wrecked, wiped out most of what I made over the last month or two, over the last 6 weeks anyway. Anyway, here we go again. It's not a big deal. Not a big deal as long as we've got a bull market. So what you want to do is put the cursor on the left-hand side of the screen and see what's bouncing the hardest. Now, what we want to see for continuation is the previously hot coins like Doge bouncing the hardest. If you see that, you can reasonably infer that the shit's on again. And We're seeing ETH, Sol, the good coins generally doing pretty good, and we're seeing the shit coins generally doing shit. Like that's pretty much what we want to see. Now let's go back to individual charts, and you can see that the inherent problem with altcoin trading is that there's this quote from Dostoevsky that each happy family is happy in its own way, but unhappy families are all alike. And when you get altcoin crashes, they're all alike. So what happens is that you might own 20 coins and all 20 of those will go down or go up. Like you can look at my you can look at my portfolio here. Since the start of the day, out of this 20 or so coins, 19 of them have gone up. But yesterday, 19 of them or so went down, right? Like it was very, very unpleasant here. So let's go through from the top. CeeLo, giant big liquidation wick, wiped out everyone who'd been in since the all-time highs. This looks okay. So what you want to see is a huge amount of open interest wiped out. You want to see a huge amount of leverage wiped out. You want to see basically a reset from motherfuckers going super greedy to being super fearful. Now, INJ, we just broken out, wiped down to the bottom of the range. This is a buy. Kudos. Wow, that held up really, really well. Well, considering this is a microcap coin, that's held really well. Happy with that. Sui, way wipeout. Like that's a pretty serious wipeout. I want to look at this a bit closer. And let's look at what happens after the bounce. So Sui is bouncing pretty well. It's like fourth or fifth highest bounce. Like that's okay. I'm cool with that. So it's probably one to keep. Pendle, giant big wipeout, recovered back to where we were at the start almost. This is okay. Keep that. BSV was my only short trade. I closed the short trade. It wasn't quite back in profit yet. I think this is still a short, but I've been wrong on it. So I wouldn't get back in a losing trade just out of principle. Near, giant big liquidation wick, still pretty strong. Happy with that. SEI. This one, not so much of a bounce. We're back to where we were like a month and a half ago. It's still one of the strongest coins. Let's have a look. Okay, it's still up near the top. Totally fine. Happy to hold. CFX. Yeah, that's a microcap, so I'm pretty sure that's sitting about fair value. If we look at, it's kind of doing one of these, and it's sitting about fair value. That's okay. Vertex, that's not real good. That's not real good at all. Vertex we bought down here, showing a huge profit. Yeah, that one might be on the chopping block. Let me just make a little note of that. So this is the kind of thing that you do when you get a little bit wrecked. Okay, meme coins having a moment. I'd probably hold that on spec. Solana, giant big liquidation cascade back up to where are we? Where we were 2 days ago. Like totally fine, not a big deal. Ethereum, Bitcoin, wow, didn't expect to see that. PHB, good recovery, back to where we've been for the last couple of days, not a big deal. BNB, same deal. Where are we now? We're back to where we were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days ago. Not a big deal. Bitcoin, totally fine. This one's a bit dodgier. DAR. One of these Web3 gaming coins. This one might go on the chopping block. AMX. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at where the bounce is. Now, let me just make a note about DAR. Boy, hella strong bounce. Hella strong bounce. It's the dark blue line. Hondo may as well do while we're here. Fuck yeah. Super bounce. Arkham, you got some problems. Yeah, Arkham has problems. Arkham has to go. FIL. Let's have a look. One of my biggest positions, actually. Really strong. And woo. Not bad. Not bad. Doge is a clear winner here. I think all these little meme coins are having a little moment here. So let's have a look at some of our shitters. Let's look at Retardio, which was surprisingly, considering it's the dumbest coin in the world, not bad. Like considering what it is, like it, from 24.55. So it lost 60% of its value, but a meme coin should do that. Let's look at Mia. Another one of these shitbags that we hold. Held up really surprisingly well. I mean, it went up today while that happened. Very, very bullish sign. Let's see how it, I mean, that's phenomenal. Phenomenal. I've only got like $5,000 in that, but for a tiny shitbag meme coin to go up during that is really, really impressive. Now, there's a new one that I fucking Updog. Fucking might have missed this one. Oh shit. Yeah, this is worth a buy. God, I can't believe I'm saying that like some shitty meme coin. That's a glorious looking chart. Okay. Dog. What the fuck? And another one of these shitters that we still hold from back in the day. Let's look at Ninja. I mean, this was the wipeout. It's higher than it was. Like, let's look at a daily chart. That looks really, really good, guys. Looks really, really good. So what are we seeing? We're seeing immediately off the lows, people piling into very, very risky assets. Like there's nothing as risky as Retardio, right? Like it's very, very risky. Ninja, dog with nunchucks, Updog. One of the standout performers is Dog with Hat. I mean, look at this. It's going to break out to new highs soon. So on the back of this, Doge is still the hot performer. Dog with Hat. All of these dumb things are coming back hard. This tells us that the bull market's really, really on. It was just a punch in the face that this is the price of admission. Personally, it cost me big time. I'm not too phased. I'm not too phased. I think it feels really, really good here. So anyway, what am I going to personally do? I'm not going to trade any leverage stuff for a little while. I'm going to just concentrate on spot and the on-chain stuff. I think I'm going to buy some of this Updog bullshit. Like, I can't believe I'm saying that. And I might even buy some more Retardio. Can't believe I said that either. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty dumb. Okay, that's it.